It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at wideout A.J. Brown. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Eagles and the Niners. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers. They were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's it.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This is Smith to the ground. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old Madden prop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 15 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know it's a big part of their offense. They count on it, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And they get Pro Bowl tackle Trent Williams for the infraction there. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And wriggled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th, eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Down to the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Boston Scott. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go around. He's got Smith here. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 58 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's caught out right by Jennings. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. As they've got it as we resume action. Gets this one to Juszczyk. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 54 yards. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. Moody good with the extra point. And this is back to an 8-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there.
You look at the numbers on the year, up over 1,100 yards now, and the last drive had a touchdown as well. Everybody offensively just seems to be in cohesion, don't they?
They do, and when you look at this rushing total, and you know at the end of the year, that means gifts for the big guys up front. Offensive line, tight ends, they're going to get a nice little bonus from their big-time runner.
When did that become a thing, by the way, that the quarterback or running back gets gifts for the offensive line?
I don't know. I can't go back and pinpoint it, but it's a great tradition, and it rewards those guys because they don't really get the attention that they deserve. We rarely call their names. It's a nice way for them to end their season.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Escaping the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the first down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. Oh, and now some space to operate. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 52 yards. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott now to have the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had a couple of touchdown passes in that game last week, and he's matched that with 2 in the first half here as his guys start 1st and 10. Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fighting through. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Hurts.
Being chased out left. Uses the spin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Trucks over it. Still shedding tackles. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone.
Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield.
Ray McLeod.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone.
Fighting through the tackle at the 30.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen
down the numbers? There he goes. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
This is taken around. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It is picked up by the Eagles. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he'll get him inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts,
an 8-yard touchdown run.
and the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The call for Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. George Kittle.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 75 yards.
And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Purdy will throw for it.
And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there. Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36. Once again, it's Swift.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
DeAndre Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
64 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
There he goes, left side. Racing to the end zone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 83 yards. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
I don't know about you, but for me, I never expect a failed RPO to break like that one did. Usually the ball comes out fast, get it to the receiver. When it's not there, you try and make something happen, but never to the tune of a big run like that. We just witnessed something you don't see very often.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets this up past the 30. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 2nd down, Swift. Powerful running. And a nice spin into some open field. Inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come off of this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. The that they're going to cherish.
So for the Eagles, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.